This problem, we're going to answer the following question based on the graph. 1 is a graph function, and 2, state the domain and range of the graph. Well, to begin with, we have something called the vertical line test, just to refresh your memory. And it says if any vertical line can intersect the graph at 2 or more places, it is not a function. So response to the first question, is this graph a function? Let me find my tablet. There it is. More or less, I got this picture here. It doesn't have to be precise for the part A. Well, I can draw a vertical line right here that intersects at 2 or more places. So the answer to part A is no. It's not a function because of the vertical line test. Okay, now B. I'm going to have to use a real graph for this. It says state the domain. Now the domain is your x values where your graph exists. Well, if I come over here, for example, over right here at -10, the graph doesn't exist there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So I'm going to go straight up, my leftmost point of my graph. I'll go straight up to my x-axis right here. So that's -5, -6, -7. That's -8. Now I'll go to my rightmost part of my graph, which is right here. If I come straight up to my x-axis, that'd be -2. So it goes from -8 to -2. It needs to be brackets because it includes those numbers. The only time it's parentheses is if you have an open dot, open circle in your graph. Okay, now our range is our y values where a graph exists. So I'll go down to my lowest point of my graph and I'll go straight over to my y-axis, which would be right here. I think that's -9, but -5, -6, -7, -8, -9, comma, and then the highest part of my graph, which is right here, if I go straight over to my y-axis, that's -5. And again, these will be brackets. And that'll be our domain and range. Again, domain and range, you really have to think, where does my graph exist? And that's what you're writing down.